Helen will come back, and thank you so much for listening. And if you're just tuning in, because you might be done with church and you just put us on, so that's fantastic. And we really appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. And I always hope you're learning something. The first half, we talked about sun, how amazing it is. We talked about seeds in food. And I'm an avocado person. I'm going to get the seed. I let it dry out for one day, right, Coach? And then take the skin off, and I'm gonna grate it, and I'm gonna start eating that. Because honestly, the older I'm getting, the more I want to get healthier. It's my goal. I want to age gracefully. I like when people tell me I don't look my age.
That's awesome.
Okay, I really do enjoy that.
Yeah.
And as a woman, the older you get, if somebody tells that to you, you're like, dang, I really like that. And so we talk about seeds because you eat the seed, you eat the whole core, everything when it comes to apple. I'm still sometimes even the stem. I'm still a little bit in shock about that one, but
I do some crazy things.
yes, you do. I've seen the workouts you do. Those are definitely. I do love it though. It's very inspiring. I have to tell you
It's
that.
just something different.
Yeah, and please, well, everyone's gonna wonder who am I? I mean, you've been on here a bunch of times, so people should know you. But please do tell them what you do and what you own, and then we'll talk about the two things we were talking about in the break.
Yeah, selenium. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, this is Coach Bricks, and I deal with a lot of the athletes, but I started getting more to helping people who have pain, discomfort, how to get out of that naturally. Do it because there's a lot of times that people come in and they think their only option is surgery. So I try to do that. Just give them another avenue to get better. And I hooked up with a doctor who's really, really great. Thinks very similar to myself.
Nice.
And we started up a company called RX Fitness, and it's to take where we take assessments and stuff like that of these people to see where they're at, no matter how bad the condition is, heart, whatever, and try to help them get on the right path naturally. Wean them off if they're on medication. How do we get you down? Because no medication is good for you, even though it might help you out. There are always side effects to it, and that's what people have to understand. So we're trying to get people to understand there's a natural way to do it. Is it hard? Yes, it's difficult, but we're trying to step by step. So he and I came up with that as Dr. Joe Thomas and myself, and we're really trying to push that now.
Very nice. And I like to do things natural, and I get it. There's medications out there that people have to be on. Maybe, I don't know, but there could be out there. But honestly, you should definitely attempt a natural way too, because it can only help it. And eventually you can come off your medication. It's really good. And right now people are like, everybody I don't know, everybody, look, I'm going to say so many people are taking the GLP-1 shots to lose weight. And the more research you do, and it's been about a year or 2 years that's been going on. Now the little bit of horror stories are coming out, right? So definitely research it, and you want to eventually get off of it. If you're like, well, I'm microdosing till the day I die, well, let me tell you, it's totally killing the insides of you, your pancreas, your skin, your muscle, your bones. It's, you lost the weight, but you're going to make your quality of life down the road considerably worse. And I know that people really fall for it. The reason falling for it, meaning like because they're overweight, they come off their cholesterol medication or blood pressure medication. They're not diabetic anymore. So they're like, wow, this is amazing because now I don't have those conditions anymore, right? And on top of it, I've lost weight and I look good. But you still don't understand it's still a drug. It's still a medication. They wouldn't be pushing it so hard and making so much money off of it if it wasn't a drug or a medication. If it was something natural that you could go get at a store or pick, some sort of herb, they wouldn't be talking about it whatsoever because there's nothing they can make money. You can't make money off of you being able to plant something in your backyard and that's a natural herb that you can use. They can't make money off of that. So kind of think about that a little bit and be smart about it. Put your nutrition with these shots if you're on these shots and really work toward coming off of them, and then for you not to be able to not gaining your weight back. And that's 100% what I focus on at Trimline. And we're talking about things that even me over time and the older I'm getting, I do a lot of research still, and I know you do too also, Coach. And one thing that I think you and I talked about, so for a long time when I was researching selenium, because our bodies really were very vitamin D3 deficient, and you should get D3 with K2, and we're very selenium deficient. And you said you've done research about that too, right?
Yes.
And then you said you talked to a doctor around COVID, so please tell them what you said.
So it's funny that one of the only doctors that I really trusted and stuff like that, I was talking to, and it happened probably a month in, so it was in April of 2020. And he said, listen, this is what's going on. And he told me, and he said, here's where you're going to be able to stop it. He goes, I guarantee you 75 to 80% of the people are deficient in vitamin D, which I think is higher. I think it's actually probably 90, 95, especially when it comes to vitamin D, especially up here in the Northeast, cloudier areas, colder area. And he said selenium, and I'm like,
Selenium.
all right, go into this because I have no idea what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Selenium. He goes, well, it's in Brazil nuts. He said that's your natural source where you get it. He goes, you can get a supplement of it too. And he said that's why I started with the supplement just to get it to go,
Yeah,
and then to because it's sometimes difficult to get Brazil nuts. Not everybody sells them. It's not like going to the store and getting peanuts.
that's right.
You know what I mean? So it is. He says, get this supplement, get it going, and then before this ramps up, and then get your selenium. So I a bunch of guys during that time were asking me, what am I taking? And I told them the vitamin D, and I told them selenium. None of my guys, none of them got the virus.
Mhm.
None of them. Not
Selenium
once.
is so important for your body, and we lack it so
Yes.
much. Just because the older we get, it's worse. But honestly, our food, we deplete our food of so much nutrients and so much minerals that we're constantly lacking. And selenium is extremely important. So when I researched it, it said Brazilian nuts, and I do not like hazelnuts. Like
Okay.
I love everything hazelnut, but I do not like hazelnuts. For the longest time, my brain was correlating Brazilian nuts to hazelnut, right? Like there was, I'm like,
Okay.
I can't do it. I can't. It's like, I just don't like hazelnut. Then I'm like, okay, so I, just Googled it, came up, I'm like, well, that's not freaking hazelnut.
Yeah.
That looks totally different. And it looks like almost like a finger. The
Correct.
Brazilian nuts are pretty big.
Big.
They really are. And you can overdo it on
Correct.
them, okay? And they're actually become harmful if you're
Yes.
overdoing it. Just like when we told you you don't need to be in the sun 4 or 5 hours, okay? Like we really need to learn moderation. I think that's really important. So the key is for research for women, like I said, anywhere from, because they're smaller Brazilian nuts or really big
Yes.
Brazilian nuts, but they're pretty big size. They're not your normal almonds or they're nice. So anywhere from 1 to 3 per day is perfect for you.
Correct.
And I got them at oh good lord, I got them at Trader Joe's, okay, and so but I Trader Joe's is very good because I was looking for them. I mean, I looked for them. Stop arguing, making me laugh. But I really, I swear to God, that's where I found them. So, but I mean, I went online and I'm like, obviously Amazon has everything, but I'm like, I don't want to order it from Amazon. I don't know why I can order my dress from Amazon, but I just don't want to order my Brazilian nuts from Amazon. I don't know if it's true or not, but I went to everywhere and I couldn't find it,
Yep.
but they had it. So, and I take anywhere from 1 to 2 a day. And I generally, knock on wood, don't get sick. And this is what I tell people. Like, people always want to take something, and I don't know if you agree with this, that people do this. They take whatever and they expect something miraculously to change. You know what I mean? I should have like massive more energy, or I should have, just
Instantly.
because.
Instantly.
Yeah.
Take it to that, boom, 5 minutes later, oh, I should be.
Maybe somebody takes something for a month, and
Yeah.
maybe even at that point they're like, well, I don't feel the difference. I don't feel the difference whatsoever. And I tell them some things that you're taking, it's not that you're going to feel the difference. It's still working,
Correct.
right? So if you don't get sick for 2 months or 3 months or a year, and you used to get sick all the time, and I'm not talking about just a cold, whatever, your energy, and now you have a little bit more energy. Believe it or not, that's probably what it's working.
Right.
And then research what the side effects, meaning what it's supposed to do for you. So if you go Google, the benefits of selenium, it'll tell you what it's going to do. And it's nothing that you're going to see in a month, okay? It's actually working internally for you. Same as D3. D3, actually, you'll feel it probably in about a month or so, because your energy level will go up. You're not as lethargic, and you won't get sick. I mean, those are all things that help you not to even get sick on top of it. But whatever you're taking, I don't know why the notion of, well, I should and that's probably why they got us on the shots, on the weight loss shots, because people were wanting that instant weight loss. And then, I just talked to somebody yesterday morning, and she was saying that she was on the shots, and in 2 months, she had lost like almost 38 pounds. And she goes, well, I did great on it. I'm like, that's not great.
Mhm.
You losing 38 pounds in 2 months, that is humanly not good.
Correct.
You lost your muscle mass. You absolutely 100% lost your muscle mass.
Mhm.
Like, I can't even imagine losing 38 pounds in 2 months. And she wasn't a 300-pound woman, because I can see that happening, So she was 200 pounds and went down to 160-something in 2 months. So fast is not always the answer. I mean, have you noticed people just want, even if you're
Correct.
working for somebody, you're working with someone with their shoulder, right? They're
Yes.
expecting it to, okay, what, we've been doing this for 3 weeks, and I should be able to, throw a ball again, right? I mean, people just want that instant gratification immediately.
This is one of the worst things, especially in today's society, because everything is instant. Where you can
Correct.
go right to your phone, you can get the answer. Where you and I are, we all had to go to the library. I know these kids have no idea what the Dewey Decimal System is, but trying to look that thing up to get it, it took us time, but it took patience. It trained us to be something. These kids don't have that anymore. So when it doesn't happen instantly, boom, then they get upset. It doesn't work. I always tell people when they come in with, I just had a person with a shoulder, and I've been working with them for 2 weeks. Now they improved probably 50%, and they're like, "Well, I thought I'd be here." And I'm like, "How long has your shoulder been hurting?" "Well, it's been hurting for a year and a half." "And how do you think it's going to get better in 2 weeks?
Correct.
It's been hurting for a year and a half. You got to give it time to heal. Are you progressing there?" He goes, "Well, yes." And I'm like, "Well, then you're in the right path."
Absolutely.
I don't understand why we have this instant, like, I touch it and all of a sudden it's healed. You know what I mean? It doesn't.
It doesn't work.
no.
But also, it's not just children. I mean,
No.
I'm sorry, children are
This was
that
an
way.
adult.
It's
This was an adult. It was an
Adults
adult.
want that instant gratification when it comes to things, and I think that's that definitely is part of the problem. We need to be patient. We need to understand that things, if you do it the right way, they might take a little bit more time. But then the benefits of them, you're gonna reap it for decades to come. It might take a little bit of time now, but you'll reap the benefits in the future considerably longer. We're going to take a break. You can definitely reach out to Coach Brax. He's local. We both are. You can go to mytrimline.com and book a free chat, especially if you're looking to really get off these weight loss medications or at least enhance it with nutrition. I'm going to take a break.